Hey guys, Crewman here, and I am really excited for this PC build. First, I want to give a big shout out to Be Quiet for sending me these parts. It's a very pure package they sent me. It's got the Pure Rock 3, the Pure Power 12M 1000 watt power supply, and the Pure Base 501 case. Now I'm really excited for this build because it's kind of near and dear to my heart. When I went to college, I couldn't really afford to build myself a gaming PC. I got lucky and my parents gave me a very solid laptop, one of those old, I think it was a Dell, those Dell laptops from the early 2000s that you saw, and I was amazed and I was very blessed and thankful. But, I would see some people with like legitimate gaming PCs and I was kind of jealous that I didn't have one of my own. It kind of made me think that, a lot of people heading off to college or university or even trade school are doing it on a budget. And this build is going to focus on how to build a gaming PC that you can use for other tasks that you would use in college or university. So for like schoolwork, for rendering, or for whatever you want. It's going to focus on primarily value and acoustics, because when you're going off to college, you're going to be in a dorm room and you necessarily don't want to have a screaming loud PC where your roommate might get mad or someone might be annoyed at you. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on a mix of new and used parts. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the power supply. Now, if you recall, the last video I did is I said there are a few parts you don't want to buy used. And the first one was the power supply. Be Quiet sent me the Pure Power 12M, which is a 1000 watt power supply. And the power supplies on this line are supposedly supposed to be very, very quiet. And if I know anything from using Be Quiet's other products, their products run incredibly quiet. So that's good. This 1000 watt power supply is very reasonably costed. They actually have the 13M that just released, and I'll hopefully have a review on that soon. And I think 1000 watts is great, especially when you consider the other parts we'll be pairing it with. Now, I'm a big fan of Be Quiet power supplies, and as I've already said, even when you're trying to save money, you never want to cheap out on the power supply, because if the power supply goes, it could kill your entire build. The next thing I want to talk about is the Be Quiet Pure Rock 3 Black. It has 190 watt TDP, which means this thing can cool basically any CPU that we throw at it. And at $35, it is fantastic value. Basically, a $35 cooler makes it really, really hard to justify buying a used cooler, because why would you? And then to top it off, we've got the Pure Base 501. This case is designed with acoustics in mind, and it's a budget entry from Be Quiet. And the thing I like about it is maybe you don't really want to show off your PC when you're heading off to college. Maybe you want to tuck it off in a corner. Maybe you don't have the space. It's kind of hard to have an obnoxiously lit up PC when you're sharing a room with somebody else. Basically, your whole life is in that room. For the first time in a while, I'm going to say that maybe you don't want an RGB loud in PC. So having something like this where you could kind of slide it off in the corner and not mess with its acoustics or its airflow is pretty important. So the Pure Base 501 is the case we'll be using. And again, I want to give a big shout out to Be Quiet for sending me over these parts. Now, these are the new parts. The rest of the build is going to be used. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we picked, how we came to that. All right, first, let's start with the two most important parts of the build. We're going to start off with the CPU. This is a Ryzen 9 3900X. You can get these things online for as little as $120 to $150. I paid $110 for this when I got a deal. And with 12 cores and 24 threads, this thing can handle multitasking, gaming, rendering, whatever you're going to throw at it. It will have no issue being cooled by the Pure Rock 3 because it only has a 105 watt TDP. So the 3900X is the perfect CPU to pair with this. Now, let's move on to the motherboard. For the motherboard, we're going to be using a B550 Tough Gaming. You can get these pretty cheap online. Cost me about 75, 80 bucks. Very, very reasonable value. This was bought used to save some more money. The RAM we're going to pair it with is 16 gigs of 3200 Crucial Ballistic Memory. It's it's no frills, gets the job done. 16 gigs is all you really need for a build like this. And honestly, it's something that you could add another 16 in the future as this has 4 RAM slots and it'll be pretty cheap. We're gonna use 512 gigabytes of storage. We're gonna use this Patriot. This thing is going to run you about $20 to $25. So again, we're trying to get the best value for our money. And then we've got an RTX 3080 Tough. I didn't mean to match the brands, it just kind of happened. This thing I got off a crypto miner. Now, when you're in college, you got to buy stuff cheap, right? You got to save some money. I was able to snag this thing for under $200, if you can believe that. Now, that's kind of a whale of a purchase, but, you know, sometimes you get lucky. So, I think this is the perfect thing to pair with this PC. Now, one thing I do want to say about the GPU is that the guy warned me, said he mined with it a lot, he beat it up, and it ran pretty hot. And I said, no problem. So I actually just had to do a thermal repaste, and I was able to drop the temperature by 20°C. And honestly, I think maybe he would have sold it for more money had he known that that's all you needed to do. So I took advantage of that deal. Basically, I'll put the entire cost of this PC right up here. But basically, this is a reasonably cheap, high-end gaming PC, and you know, a 3900X and a 3080 does pretty well on basically everything you could do. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and build this whole thing, and then we're going to showcase its performance. So without further ado, let's get to building. Alright, so the build is done. It actually didn't take very long. There's a few things I want to point out. The first is that I was able to use Velcro ties for basically the entire build, minus one over here, one zip tie. So that was really nice. This came with a lot of Velcro. As someone who likes to constantly tinker and mod their PCs, especially when, like with this build, you're using a mix of new and used parts that maybe you'd like to upgrade something down the line, whether it be the CPU or the GPU or whatever, that not having to repart zip ties is very nice. Next, I want to point out how much space you have. You can kind of see my finger where you can just see how much space is here, and I'll move it to the side just so you can see the depth. It's a pretty solid case. It has everything you need. At first, I kind of thought it was a little annoying having this plate in here, but I'm actually really happy it's in here. First, I didn't think you could take it out, but then once I realized you could, you actually get a lot of space to set up everything you need. And then when we flip it over, as you'll see, this piece right here covers all your cables, so that's really nice. So let's go ahead and close this. And this is the first time that I've closed this build, so you can see it. And that's not bad at all. Now, like with any build, sometimes you have to kind of, force is the wrong word, just apply a little pressure so that it closes properly. And that's okay, especially when you're trying to cable manage a build correctly. Okay, so here's the build. Now, it's very clean and I'm very, very happy with it, which is funny because you won't see it as it's going to be closed. But as you can see, everything fits. You can't even see the cables. I really actually like this cable hide. I don't even know what this is called, just like a plate that hides the cable. And it's kind of ironic that this whole build is going to be hidden, because I actually think this case, if you get the glass panel option, will look really, really nice. But for the purposes of this build, I actually thought it was better to not have the glass panel option, because like I said, it just makes it a little more durable not having the glass. And frankly, sometimes you really don't want to show your build, especially if you have people walking in and out of something like, say, a college dorm, and you kind of want to just keep it on the down low. I kind of like that. And you can just shove this in the corner space, as all the air will be going through the case and all the fans are positioned the same way. And I like how this fan was actually, I think it's pretty clever that this one right here was installed directly parallel to the GPU. So you'll have some nice airflow on the GPU. We're gonna get this thing turned on and we're gonna run some temperatures. Like I said, since this is kind of like a university college style build, what I want to focus on is I want to focus on how quiet it is. I want to focus on the temperatures it's going to have, which are good, because you don't want this thing radiating heat, which is another reason I don't have tons of RGB, tons of lights, tons of anything. I really wanted to keep this build as simple as possible. And also, what I'm going to talk about too at the end is I'm going to show you how undervolting this will use a lot less power as well, because when you're building a build like this and you're living in a little box for months on end, especially if it's hot, something like undervolting is important, much more important than it would be in your normal build. Thermal testing, and I've been running this for quite a while now, almost 30 minutes at full load. We are at 69, it floats between 68 and 70 degrees, and the CPU is at 72, which is amazing considering how small this CPU cooler is. I'm going to open up the top of this case. I mean, guys, look at how small that CPU case is. And this is pretty incredible, right? There are only 3 fans in this entire case. And, Be Quiet prides themselves on their cool running products thanks to their German engineering, and it's really showing. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to undervolt this, and then I'm going to compare the temperatures from what I have right now to when it's undervolted, and then I'm going to run some free benchmarks to compare the two to see if there's any loss of performance. Okay, so as you can see, it's been running for 2 hours basically, and you can see we're at 60 degrees, which is quite a bit less than the 70 we were at. Basically 10 Celsius is a lot less. I don't have it off the top of my head in Fahrenheit. But when you're living in like a little dorm with multiple people who probably have multiple PCs, every little bit helps. And honestly, it doesn't even feel that bad over here. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the undervolted FPS to non-undervolted. We're just going to run a benchmark. Synthetic benchmarks aren't exactly accurate of gameplay, but it'll show you the performance is very similar. And then I'll give you some final thoughts on this beautiful PC. Okay, so keeping with the poor bro college theme and trying to stretch our money the best we can, we're going to use superposition, which is free, and we're not going to use 3D Mark, which costs money. And not everybody has a Steam account, if you can believe that. So essentially, we're going to compare the average FPS, and if you look at the non-undervolted to the undervolted, right, you're going to notice that there's about a 20% FPS difference on the average. But like I compared before, you're talking about a 100-watt difference and a 10 degrees Celsius difference, which are both massive. And then one thing I want you to note is if you look at the minimum FPS on both of them, they're within 6%. So I honestly believe that with a 20% difference in the average, but only a 5% or 6% difference in the lows, that you really won't notice the difference between 130 FPS and 160 FPS on the average. I think if the lows were off, I think you'd really notice it. But in my opinion, the lows are where you really notice if there's any issues. So as you can see, the undervolt, which makes a massive quality of life difference, right? And if you're just watching this video and you don't go to university and you live in a hot climate, or if you're like me where it's summer in the US, you can attest that 10-degree difference is a big deal. All right, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you again to Be Quiet for sponsoring this video and sending over the Pure Rock 3, the Pure Power 12M, and the Pure Base 501. And if you're somehow able to pay what I did at under $800, this PC is incredible value that you just won't be able to beat anywhere. And even if you were to pay market price at under $1,000, this computer can handle anything that your university life could possibly throw at it. And it's designed to fit in your unique living space. You know, it's not every day we live in a single room with no bathroom with one or two other people. And it's not an experience that I plan on living again, although I did have a wonderful time in college. Shout out to Pitt. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Thank you to Be Quiet for sponsoring it. If you have any questions, let me know. I love builds like this, and I hope to hear in the comments down below what builds you guys are taking out to university. All right, guys, that's it for this one. See you on the next one. Peace out.